It's only 3 chords that we're going to use, and I'm going to show you different ways to create the tension in the song and a number of ways to play that chord progression. So let me just play a little bit. So it kind of starts with just the bass line and this single note. So it goes. Then you hear the sort of the come in the click. So it's, so go. Okay, so I also added in the bass more there. I was holding the bass the first time, but when we added in the click, we want to play the bass together. And the final one I looked at was doing more like rumba rhythm. So over the chords is I'll show you how to do that. Okay, it's quite a light song, but I just thought as the song progresses later on, if you're singing along with it and you're pushing your voice out a bit, you might want to do something a bit more. It's the same rhythm, but it's like sort of it's not a guitar song, is it? So anyway, let me show you the first part. So we need the capo on the 1, standard tuning, and our chord qualities is that's a B flat minor, an A flat major, a G flat major, and an A flat major. Okay, but because we've got the capo on, we're going to use the chord form. So that's an A minor form, a G major form, or G6, depending on how you want to play it, and an F major form. Back to G. Okay, so let me show you the first part. Now this is the introduction, and I do believe it goes back to this midway when it drops right out. So we're going to put your first finger on the 1 of the 2nd string. I'm going to play the open 5th string, but we're going to play it short. And then we'll play that quite short. So as you go boom, and then when you come to the G, or the 3rd fret on the 6th string, short again, come back to there. Now in order to let that sustain, we're going to let our 2nd finger come to the 1 on the 6th with a short note, and then we're going to play the G, the 3rd fret again. Sorry, then we'll switch to the 3rd fret on the 2nd string, so it goes. We add that there after that 2nd, 3rd finger there. And then we're going to leave that there. Do the same bass line. And now the click comes in, the drum comes in. So all together it should be. Okay, so we're going to do our chords now. It's up to you. You can do a full A minor. I suggest you do, but if you prefer to just use the fingers that you're plucking, it's the 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and your 1st finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. You see, if I miss, it doesn't sound as good as the full A minor. So I suggest the full A minor, 2 on the 2 of the 4, 3 on the 3 of the 3, and 1 on the 1 of the 2. And I'm going to pluck thumb on the 5, index on the 3, middle on the 2. Okay, thumb in front of your fingers, and then we're going to go. No, we're not. The first one we're going to just play the bass with the 5 3 2 together, and then 3 2 3 2. Now we move to the G chord. Again, you can use the 3rd finger or your 2nd finger, whichever you prefer. But again, even though I'm not playing the 5th, I put my 2nd finger here because if I want later on when I'm doing that part, I want the full chord instead of the sus2. So yeah, 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and sometimes I like to put my 4th finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, or you can have it open. It's up to you. You can mess around with it a bit, or Failing that, if you're not comfortable with that G, just use your second and first finger. Okay, so it's the same rhythm, but now the thumb plays the 6. Okay, so it's 6, 3, and 2, and we'll go 6, 3, 2 together. 3, 2, 3, 2. Sorry, I'm overextending there. Never do that. So just allow the fingers to come into your hand. Don't pull at the string. You get a terrible sound, and you're more likely going to miss on the way back. Then we've got the F. So again, the full barred F is the first finger on the first fret relative to the capital. Third finger, third fret, fifth string, fourth finger, third fret, fourth string, and second finger, second fret, third string. Or if you don't want to play all the chords, and you might not even want to play the bar chord, you'll need this if you do the strumming pattern. But if for the plugging pattern, you can get away with that. So that's just the first finger on the 1 of the 6, third finger on the 3 of the 4, and the second finger on the 2 of the 3. So that is string 6, 4, and 3. Just let the bass ring out. And then we'll go back to the G. We switched back to second and third string there. So all together it is. Very slowly. So that is 5, 3, and 2, 3 and 2, 3 and 2, 6, 3 and 2, 3 and 2, 3 and 2, 6, 4 and 3, 4 and 3, 4 and 3, and then 6, 3 and 2. Okay, so. Do the tap, I'm going to go same finger pattern, but I'm going to play the thumb each time now. But I'm going to add a click after the second one. So you'll see that you'll start to recognise that from the song now. So we're imitating the drum pattern whilst playing the chords. Okay, so. So how we do that, again, I would advise the whole chords, but up to you. 5, 3, and 2, we're going to plug those, and again, and then as soon as we've done that, just close your hand, and just tap the strings, and you'll land close to where you need to be, and then you're ready for the last one, you see. So. Just try it on the first on the chord till you get used to it. Okay, and then we're going to do the same on the G, but the thumb now moves to the 6. Same on the F, but now the fingers move to the 4 and the 3. On each just to show you, and then back to G where the fingers move back. Okay, so but now it's only one of those on each chord, so it should be. And you could also, another thing I was doing is instead of on the F moving to the 4 and the 3, just staying on the 3 and 2. It's slightly easier, and you get. Yeah, of course, you'll have to do the bar for that one. Oh yeah, there's also going to add your little finger to the second string for a variation. Gradually bring it in. The click. Etc. So you can use those to create the different dynamics in the song. Now the final one, the thing I was showing you was with the taps. However, I would recommend not doing this unless you have the golpeador, piece of plastic here, or if you have got a scratch plate. Don't do it if it's just wood because you'll ruin your guitar. But the same chord progression and the finger pattern over the chords would be thumb down with the tap. Now how we do this is we're going to come down with the thumb over the strings, but we're going to raise the ring finger in the air and we come down and tap on the wood there. You want to get somewhere between your nail and the flesh, so you get like you don't get, it's not like full damp, it's not too high, it's just somewhere in the middle. So when we come to do it with the thumb, let me show you from this side. I'm going to raise my ring finger in the air from the knuckle, see, and then I'm going to put the thumb down as I would. So the movement is the thumb comes towards the ring finger. You see, so that's how we get the tap on the first beat. Right, and we're going to count this at 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 5. Yeah, okay, so we're going to count it in the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. No, it's not. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 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 and 4. So then we'll get the bum, 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 bum. So we're tapping on the guitar as we do that. I should have wrote this out on a little bit of paper so I could go through it, so yeah, apologies. Let's see if I can get this right. So thumb down with the tap, thumb up, back at the nails, down, thumb up, down with the tap, oh sorry, down with the tap with your index finger, up with your index finger, down with the tap with your index finger, up with your index finger. Alright, so it's... No, sorry, it's a... Apologies, should have wrote it out. Never mind. So thumb in the ring, up with the thumb, back of the hand, down, up with the thumb, opens the hand, tap with the ring, up with the index, down with the index with a tap, up with the index. Now I should probably break down that index out. It's a bit tricky. So you're bringing your index into the hand and raising from the knuckle, again on the third finger, and you come down, like see. Sorry for the waffling on, like I say, I should have wrote it down. So let me just break it down really slow. Thumb with the tap, back of the nail, thumb up. Bring your hand with you. Back of the hand down, thumb up. Hook it on at the 6. Drop your ring finger down for the tap. Index finger comes in. I'm bringing all my fingers with it, but I'm only playing with the index finger. And then when I come to tap the index finger, index finger up, and that gives us all our notes. Okay. Of course, this is like not in the song at all. But my student and I would like to mix this up. So whoop. Okay, it did, when I was playing it over the track, it did kind of work. So it gets a bit more sort of because you can hear the from the track. We'll try to kind of copy that a bit on the guitar as we strum, because we need to hear the chords, don't we? Okay, that's it. Sorry for waffling on. Like I say, I should have wrote that out, but I'll do that next time. I hope you enjoyed the class. If you did, please consider subscribing, or liking the video, etc. I'm an online guitar teacher. If you would like face-to-face classes, or if you would even like a song done for YouTube, let me know. And yeah, enjoy.